Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking about wiring, and why is wiring important? Well, first off, I have several wires in here, okay, and we're going to go over many different topics. The first topic I'm going to go over, and excuse me, I have been a little sick. Is surge protectors. What do they actually do? Now, I recommend that you get a surge protector that supports 3,840 joules minimal, okay? Don't go with some cheap crap like this, because all this is going to do is just blow your stuff out of proportion. It's not going to protect you from real lightning, okay? Now, lightning. Okay? So what is a surge? Well, a surge is an overvoltage, yes, an overvoltage that lasts in seconds. A spike is an overvoltage that lasts in milliseconds, okay? Now, most surge protectors will protect against spikes, especially if you get an expensive one, okay? The thing is the good surge protectors, the ones that can support 3,840 joules plus, are around the $100 range. Say you built your custom rig, your custom computer, it's $10,000. Do you really want to risk it? No. Go with the $100, get the 3,840 joules one. It's your best investment. Okay. So when looking for that power protection, you always want to go with the best one, okay? Why? Because you never know what's going to happen with lightning, okay? Lightning, you have that high voltage going through there. You need something that can actually condition the line and not allow that overvoltage to hit your appliances. So, these are the bare minimum things. 3,840 joules. Bare minimum. Get one that can support up to that. And if it costs under $100, don't get it. Another thing, get them from very, very, very reputable companies. And also, get the warranty or the contract that says, oh, if something blows up in the case of a surge, that they will actually pay you, like, I think it's $24,000. Well, that's with the low ones. With the higher joules, the higher the contract. I believe it's like $2 million, something like that. It's around there. But I'll read it, sign up for it, make sure you're on that list. Okay? And the most reputable companies that I see are Belkin, Triplite, and Utility Tech. I have two Utility Techs. I have one right here. If you can see it right there, you guys see it? This was my old one, and this handles up to around 3,000 joules, okay? That's Utility Tech, okay? And it protects my stereo system, which is on 24/7, and the top one right there. That's why I put it there. Now, I went out and got a nice $150 one that's under my thing here. You see the light? And that's a huge one, okay? That one is used for the computers and stuff, okay? Now let me tell you a little tip about DSL modems. You do not plug them in to a surge protector, okay? You don't plug the phone line in through it. You don't plug your cable line in through it. You don't plug the modem's adapter into it, okay? Why? Because say you have a surge, okay? That surge protector will condition the line. It will condition the line in a way that the DSL modem will drop connectivity. Now, you will not lose connectivity via LAN, but the DSL connection itself, like to the DSLAM, will be interfered by that power occurrence. So it's always good to plug the DSL adapter and the phone line straight into the wall outlets. Okay? the phone line straight into the phone jack, the adapter straight into the outlet, the wall outlet, okay? Do not plug them into surge protectors. Why? This is probably the reason I've been paying out quite a few times. Is because right now the West Tail is plugged in to that $150 one surge protector. Why? Well, it also is a power strip and it expands the power outlets, so you think I'd use it. When I power off the 2-wire, I'll plug it right into the wall. Now the thing is if your damage happens over that DSL modem, your ISP is liable for the damaged equipment. Also, did you know that telephone companies, DSL, etc., they have to lightning arrest all lightning that gets hit on telephone lines. Say lightning zaps a phone line. Back at the NID or the DSLAM, whatever you want to call it, they have a light that they're required to have lightning arresters, okay? That will basically ground that lightning and stop it from hitting your devices. This is, I think it's an FCC law or something like that, but that's just a tip that ISPs, they're liable, and you know, phone companies, they're going to they ground your stuff, and they have huge top of the line power suppressors and stuff like that that do the phone lines for you. So you don't have to worry about that, okay? Do not run your phone line through a surge protector. And the thing is the ISP will even tell you, do not run the phone line through a surge protector. If a surge or something, or some lightning zaps through that phone line, they are liable and they will pay, okay? So there's your tips, okay? If you run the phone line through a surge protector, they're not liable, and your connection, you're going to be paying out a lot because your connection will not be stable at all running it through a surge protector in half conditions, okay? Do not plug the AC adapter of the modem into a surge protector because the way the surge protector conditions the line, okay? Those are some major tips, okay? Just thought I'd let you know that, okay? So, make sure you get a reputable power surge protector, okay? Make sure it says surge protector. Make sure you read what joules it says, okay? Keep the documentation of that surge protector. They might say, oh, this one, oh, it's actually rated for much less joules. They'll try to trick you. They will, okay? Keep that documentation, say, here it is, here's the pit, it shows the little diagram, the picture and everything, and it says right there how many joules it supports, okay? That way, you get your money. Okay, and I have it right here, the joule thing. See, it's right here on my documents. So yeah, for both of them, okay? Make sure it's $100 or up. I would pay around the $170 range, okay? And guys, you're like, $170, that's a lot. It's not when you have 8 devices plugged into it that are high importance devices, okay? Now let's talk about telephone cables. Oh, let me add another thing about this. A lot of them will say that you have to be grounded, okay? A lot of them won't say protected or something because, you know, the third pin on the American plug here, the third one, yep, positive, negative, and then ground. Well, see, our house, it's old. The wiring is really old. None of the wall outlets, none of them. And I replaced them all because they were all the really old ones. They'd always fall out. They were the 2 ones, you know, they were horrible. They were like molding away. So we went out and got, you know, new wall outlets. I put them all in. None of them are grounded. We don't have any ground wires or any of that. None of it, because this house was built in the 60s, okay? They're going to say you have to be grounded in order to be protected. That's not the case. Surge protectors will have a fuse in them, so if it gets too high, it will blow that fuse instantly before it hits your devices, or it will do something to condition a line, kind of like a power adapter. Like a power adapter takes in 220 volts and then puts it down to 12 volt DC or something. So it's kind of like a power adapter in some ways too. Okay. Now they all say that, oh, where do we take that excess power out through the ground? But the thing is you have a fuse, and you also have something that's transitioning higher power into lower power, or into the steady current that you're supposed to be at. Okay. So say instantly 700 some volts comes through here from a storm. There's like an internal power adapter that's putting that down to 120 volts. See how that works? So you do not have to be grounded. It is recommended. Definitely, if you have a new house and it's not grounded, I would be contacting the people that did the house. That's a new standard. It needs to be grounded. Now, when you go to say your devices blow up because of a surge or something, you have a surge protector. When you go to contact the company, do not tell them that your house is not grounded. You say, yes, it is grounded. You lie. It's not like they're going to come out to your house and test your outlets, okay? You just show them, you just take pictures of your blown up devices, a picture of the surge protector, which should look like it burn up and stuff, a picture of the documentation. You just send them that, and they will give you your money, okay? They're not going to come out to your house and inspect your outlets individually, no, okay? You tell them, yes, the light said protected, and it's grounded or whatever, okay? That's what you tell them. Postcode. Let's talk about telephone wire. I have 250 feet, 24 AWG, 3 pair phone wire, okay? What's that mean? Well, this is phone line, and it's on a spool, and I ran this from that phone jack all the way downstairs, all the way out to the telephone communications box on the side of the house. Now, AWG stands for American Wire Gauge. And this right here, 22, is my recommended AWG for DSL and telephone. Why? Because it's the thickest wire that you can use for basically telephone transportations. I sadly got 24. So what I'm doing is I'm pairing up the wires to basically thicken up the wires so the voltage stays more concurrent to this wall outlet. The thicker the wire, the better the voltage will be over a long distance, and the less interference. This is why you want to use thick wire for anything. That's why I always stress, when we get speaker wire, oh, they sell a lot of flimsy crap, right? We get the good RCA thick speaker wire, and guess what the sound sounds like? It's a big difference. You have really, really deep, nice bass compared to the flimsy wire. Flimsy wire, you don't even have bass at all. Deep wire, boom! It's powerful. It almost blow your speakers out. That's how powerful thick wire is. Thick wire is important, okay? I stress over a lot of stuff, and I'm telling you, me in the industry, stuff's gonna be kick, you know what, okay? Kick ass, okay? Thick wire. Use 22 AWG for DSL and telephone. If I knew that when I went to get this, I would have got 22 gauge, okay? AWG. It says right on the cable too. If it doesn't say on the thing, because it doesn't say on the box or whatever, it's probably 24, and I'm trying to rip you off. But you can look at the cable, and it'll usually say right here, 24 AWG. Okay. Now this says type CAT 3. That's incorrect. This is not CAT 3. Okay, this is, telephone wire. Now, it'll also say pairs. This is 3 pair. You usually want to get the 4 pair. Okay. That means how many pairs of wires are in there. Okay. So 22 AWG, 4 pair. Okay. That is what you get when you're looking at Lowe's or wherever you're at, Home Depot. you want to get that on a spool, and you want to wire your network or whatever, your DSL connection, use this, and you will not have any problems. Okay. When we had the modem out in the living room, it was on thick foam wire, and guess what? The connection was very stable, and it seemed like pages loaded instantly. That's because the voltage of the wire was able to withstand better and have better interference resistance. The thicker the wire, which is the lower the gauge number, so 20 would be thicker and more resistance to interference than 22. Okay? The thing is you don't get 20 or 18 gauge telephone wire. Okay, no. Get 22, that's my recommended, and I've had it before, and it's good. 22 AWG 4 pair, okay? That's what you want to get when getting telephone wire, okay? And it doesn't matter if it shows a phone or DSL thing on the front, it doesn't matter. It's a wire, okay? It will do its job, okay? Just make sure it's usually this grayish, brownish looking color, okay? And it's a lot smaller than a CAT cable, okay? And then 4 pair, that means it'll have a total of 8 little wires in there, and then you just wire it from there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be bonding some of these wires. Since I have a 3 pair, I'm going to have, since there's a positive and negative line that makes up the phone line, I'll use 3 per terminal to help thicken up the wire, or make the voltage last a little bit better on the current. Okay, so there's your telephone wire thing. Also, wall jacks. Get gold-plated, good wall jacks. Okay, and then when you go to screw these in here, you don't want to have the wire sticking out. You want that wire to be all the way wrapped around the bare wire, all the way wrapped around the screw. No little gaps, and that screw is screwed on there tightly. Okay, and that's how you want it. For phone cables, when you buy these, you plug them in the jack and then you plug them into your modem. You want to get the thick phone wire and the shortest that you can get. My modem is right there. I do not want to get this long of a cable. Why? Because that current has to run all the way through. Okay? The shorter the cable, it can make a bit of a difference. It will make the connection better and more stable. Right now, I'm probably using a phone cable that's way too long. Another reason why I'm probably paying. Okay? And you also want to get the ones that are 2 pair. This is a 1 pair. It has 2 little tiny in-between connectors. Okay? Which is incorrect. You want to get the one that has 4 gold plates right there. Okay? This has 2. Okay? And yes, you want to get the gold-plated phone cables. Gold plate will help against interference. Okay? Make sure you get the thick phone wire. And the thing is this phone cable doesn't even say the gauge. You can also feel how flimsy it is. If the cable's flimsy like this, it's flimsy. There's like no hardness to it at all. Don't get flimsy wires. Flimsy means horrible gauge. It's going to be horrible connection. Get ones that actually have a little bit of resistance to them. Like this CAT cable, you can actually feel the thickness. Okay? Get phone cables that you can actually feel thickness. That have 2 pair, that means 4 gold, get gold plated pins right there. 4. You want 4. Not just 2. You want to get the one that has 4 gold plated pins right there. Okay? And make sure you get the short, as short as you can get. That will reach your destination. That is crap phone cable. I should throw that in the trash. Get out of here. Let's talk about Ethernet cables, also called CAT. I have a Cat 6 UTP cable. I would not have gotten it if I know what I know now. Okay? I've been improving my knowledge rapidly. Okay? UTP cable, you not want to get. When buying Ethernet cable, you want to get STP. STP is basically 2 layers of sheath around them, which involves for a lot better interference resistance. Okay. You also want to make sure you get the best CAT cables. CAT 5 and CAT 5e won't do it. Do not use them. They're not up to today's standards. They're not up to Vic standards. And you know Vic, I'm pretty strict on stuff, and I like the stuff to be hardcore, kick-ass, stable, reliable, and robust. That's how I am. I like stuff to be done the correct way. CAT 5 and CAT 5e, they don't meet up to my standards anymore. So, wiring your computers, that kind of stuff, use CAT 7. Wiring your switches together, your main servers, use CAT 7. Okay? Wiring your computers and stuff, you can go ahead and get CAT 6. Make sure these cables, all these cables are STP. Okay? I probably should get STP CAT 6 cable. I will be looking into that investment later on. Hopefully that will help improve my interference resistance. Okay? So, let me go that again. Computers and stuff, you want to look for CAT 6 STP cable. And also remember, the shorter cable, the better the connection, the voltage can occur on that copper wire. Okay? If you're wiring hardcore stuff that you need to be ultimately reliable, get CAT 7 STP cable. Okay? CAT 7, each individual little wire inside that CAT 7 cable is shielded. That's how hardcore CAT 7 is. So if I was going to link my switches together, I'd probably use fiber, but if I was going to use CAT cable, I'd definitely use CAT 7. Okay? If I was going to hook up my main servers and stuff, I would definitely use CAT 7. So there's your Ethernet rule. Also remember, the tighter these cables in here are twisted, the better the resistance, the better protection against EMI. Okay? And crosstalk protection. Okay? The tighter these are twisted together, the better. I wish I wasn't sick. So this is the inside of a twisted pair. This cable is a, I believe it's a patch cable. Patch cables, do not buy them unless you're operating on a patch panel. A lot of people, they'll go to the store because they want to get an Ethernet cable for their computer, and they'll buy a patch cable. It'll still work, just, nah, don't use a patch cable. Okay? Buy the real deal. Patch cables are used for patch panels. From the patch panel down to the switch. Derp-de-der. So this is the inside of a, I believe this is CAT 5e. Yes, this is a CAT 5e patch cable. And it is now this doesn't say if it's STP or UTP. If a cable or box does not state whether it's STP or UTP, you automatically assume that it is UTP. Okay? That means they're trying to hide something. So make sure on the box or on the cable it definitely says STP on it. Okay? Make sure you get what you're paid for. This, just by looking at it, UTP. Also, when buying Ethernet or CAT cables, some of them don't like to do the full wiring job. You see in there, there's only 4 wires that are actually being implemented. Not all the wires are being implemented, only 4. Make sure when you look in the cable, you see all the wires wired in there. The Xbox 360 Live cord, which is a patch cable, that's a CAT 5. Thing about this is it's actually STP. I wonder why. Probably because gamers. And it's 26 AWG. How many AWG is this? This is 24 AWG. And I can actually feel, just by feeling this cable, that it is thicker. Okay? And it also has has the full array of wires going to it. This one doesn't. This one has crappier AWG. This one has 24. This one has, what was it? This one has 24. This one has 26. This one is thicker. I can feel it. This would be a good cable. Also, when you're looking at them, at your cables, your CAT cables, make sure they're a really decent AWG. Okay. I don't know the recommended CAT cable AWGs. That will be on my networking fact sheet later on. But looking at it, you want to go with the lower number of CAT cable. Like if you see, if you're at the store and you see a CAT cable that says 26 and you see another one that says 24, which one are you going to go with? You're going to go with the lower number, okay? So, if I was looking at the store, I see this cable and this cable, okay? I would buy this one, because this one says it has 26 AWG. This one says it has 24. And just by feeling it, this has thicker wire. So I would get this cable. So if you're comparing, look at the AWG, and also look at the category it's in, okay? And also make sure it's STP versus UTP, okay? So that's your CAT cable guidelines. Make sure you do follow them. CAT cables, they can be crazy. And I wish I would have bought an STP cable compared to the UTP cable I have. Speaker wire, like I said, I have some really flimsy and crappy speaker wire right here. See this red and black one? Look how flimsy that is. Look how little the bare wire is. On my other cable, this is thick, very thick, and you can barely bend it. This you can just move around, and it's just nasty. Okay, like I said, thicker wire is the better deal. When you're going to the store, you're looking for some speaker wire, you better be looking for the thick, good speaker wire. You better not be buying this flimsy crap, because it is cheap and it is horrible. Okay, so there's your little tips about wiring. Where are my tips on wiring? I might make a second series to this video because when I get a lot more information. But I just thought I'd bring this information to you, to the table. Just provide some informational resources to people that may not know this information. You can always hook me up. You can join our IRC network, chat with us, and we appreciate you watching this video. I hope you're protected and not using this crap right here, because this right here, this isn't even name brand and it's crap. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that's just that little fact sheet, okay? Make sure you always get the thick wire right here. That's on the speaker, can't mess with it. But if you look right there, I'm using the thick RCA wire, speaker wire for my speakers, and it's really, really robust. Remember, 24, don't get that. Get the 22 AWG 4-pair, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Join our IRC any day of the week at irc.gtaxl.net. Port 6697, and that is SSL. And you come chat with all of us and have a good time. Here is my networking fact sheet. I'll give you guys a sneak peek at it. It has a crap ton of information in it. See, networking 101. I'm making all this. It tells you everything you need to know about networking. Well, it's a fact sheet. It gives you information. Compares all the different CAT cables, even the more advanced, newer ones. Tells you all about speed, IP addressing, ports. This tells you a crap ton of stuff, and I keep working on it, and it will be a very, very good fact sheet. So thanks for watching, and we hope to see you out there on the internet. See you guys.